Hello ladies and gentlemen, just carrying on with my story. I got up to the section where I was going to leave Brownie Towers there and go to the Beacon of the Salvation Army, but there's a few things I want to tell you before that about the same year that was happening. So just a little note on Hayley here. Hayley Miles. In 2013 she messaged my brother Byron about what do I want to do, and that I need to do another paternity test to prove that I'm not the father of Lorenzo. Now that message she sent to Byron in 2013, and I didn't know she had sent Byron this message. Byron sent me this message. He told me about it probably in 2014 or so, or 2013. But anyway, the point is, there was never at all a moment where I was not wanting to do a paternity test for Lorenzo. I was always going to do a paternity test. The thing is, she reneged on a date that we had together, and I never heard from her again. But again, the point is, I was never going to do a paternity test to prove that I'm not the father. I never ever denied being the father. So that's rubbish. That's the message she sent to my brother. And another thing I wanted to say. In 2013, she sent that message to my brother, right? So it's making me look like I'm not doing anything about handling my business with her. She had my phone number and she reneged on a date. And then in 2015, the same year I told you about just before, when I went to Hayley's and I saw Lorenzo and I caught up with them and we went to the park, after that, she was calling Alton and Byron looking for me, and she had my phone number because she sent me a message on Father's Day, like I told you just before in the story. So I realized what she was doing. All she was doing, she had my number to contact me, and I was easily contactable. All she was doing was messaging everybody else to make it look like she's doing the right thing and I'm not. So that's all she was doing. Because she had my phone number. I was only a phone call away. So why are you calling everybody else? To make yourself look innocent, like you're doing the right thing and I'm not. I realized that's what she was doing. I mean, that's pretty fucked up. How? You had my phone number all that time. So you're calling everyone else, making me look bad. Another thing, with Marlon, when Marlon came to fucking make a cake of me. Let me just see if this thing's recording. Yeah, we're recording. When Marlon came to make a fucking cake of me at my house, then took me to his house to make a cake of me, he was talking about GBH, grievous bodily harm. You know, he got charged with scooping some O because he was with Raf, and Raf had Marlon's car or something like that, and Marlon's car got stolen. And then Marlon went to see this guy, and he scoped this guy, and he got a GBH charge. Now he's telling me about this because I don't know if he wants to seem tough or what, or he was trying to fucking make me script or what, I don't know. And then we went to his house in Morley, this other house that he rents out apparently, and prostitutes stay there. So I think he was just guarding me because people know that I was going to see one or two prostitutes. You know what I'm saying? So he's showing me up now. He's like, he's got prostitutes there and this and that and fucking, and he's tough. He's got a GBH charge and that. You know what I'm saying? He put me in the fridge before, and then I realized that's what they were doing, trying to show me up. And I didn't know this was going on. I would have tuned your foot sack. David Manuel was also talking about a GBH charge. He was fighting someone at the club there. So I don't know why they're telling me this. Maybe I'm supposed to be scared or whatever. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to show me up, look like tough guys. And he was also telling me about, he was creating drama for me now. Because my mum's husband is Kiwi. He's a Maori fella. So now David was telling me about his mum, because David's dad died. Now his mum's got a Kiwi boyfriend. And David was telling me how this Kiwi boyfriend is taking all his fucking mum's matcha that the dad left him and all this, yeah, you know. I think he was just creating drama around my life like everybody else was. And anyway, you know what I mean? People are just creating drama for me, except surrounding me with fucking drama. And then I told you about weed. David had a whole bunch of weed there. And I took one bag for him. I was going to sell it for him. I said, I'll take it. I'll sell it for you. So I took this fucking bag of weed, right? Then the fucking next night, my mom comes into the room and she asks me about weed. Do I have any weed? And then I gave it to her, and she gave it to this other old from the flats, George's son, because he smokes weed. You know what I'm saying? So they knew what I'm getting up to. They knew what's going on in my life. See, I didn't. I didn't know that she knows that I got fucking weed off David Manuel and I was going to sell it for David Manuel. Well, just that one piece of weed. You know what I'm saying? How does everybody know all my business? And in any case, why the fuck is that not okay? When every other motherfucker is selling crack. Ken selling crack, Craig selling crack, Rob selling crack, Nick selling crack, Nick's mates are selling crack. Fucking Corgi selling crack. I got one bag of weed. Everybody knows everyone's selling crack, but I got one bag of fucking Zol, and that's not okay. How the fuck does that happen? Why? Why is that not okay? When everybody knows everyone else is selling fucking crack. They're crack dealers. Why am I getting fucked over for what? I haven't done anything. Everybody's taking my fucking money. Everybody's fucking guarding me. Everybody's making a puss out of me. Workplaces, corporate fucking businesses. Everybody. People in society, my family, my friends. Bullying me like a cake. For what? I haven't done anything to nobody. And everyone else can sell fucking crack and it's okay, but I can't even fucking do anything. What's everybody oppressing me for? The guy from the Salvation Army, Ken. I'm getting up to him now in the Salvation Army. Well, just now. I was walking down here in Bentley, next to that hall where Corin Rainey got taken away and disappeared. There was a white guy there. Looked like a homeless guy. And he says to me, "Oh, mate, how you going? You know, do you smoke any weed? Have you got any weed?" And I was like, "No, I don't smoke weed, you know." He's like, "Do you want some?" And this and that or whatever. "Do you know where I can get some weed?" And that guy's name was Ken. When I went to the Salvation Army, I realized it's the same fucking guy from the Salvation Army. He was acting to be some homeless guy there in the park, selling, fucking trying to get me to see if I'm going to deal him drugs. But I'll get to him later. His name was Ken, and he's from the Salvation Army. The Beacon. I put it all together. Now, there was another thing. I bought a cock ring, right? That story I was telling you about when I bought a dildo from the adultshop.com and they embarrassed me there. Now, that same time I bought a cock ring. This cock ring is more expensive than the dildo. The dildo cost like $20. The cock ring cost me $50, right? It's got a remote on it. You put it on your knob, it's got a remote. It's got like 10 different settings, you know, just for playing around with yourself or with a woman and all this here kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Just personal business. Now, these motherfuckers, when I tried to use that thing, it was fucked. The batteries were always flat. It wouldn't fucking work, etc. Now, these motherfuckers were looking at me through the TV and making a cunt of me, etc. That's my personal business if I want to play with myself or fucking play with have some sexual, enhanced sexual experiences with a woman. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers hacked my thing with technology, etc. That's what they do right now. They've hacked all my technology, my electronic gadgets, and they were making a fucking cunt of me. You know what I mean? That's just messing with my quality of life, etc. You know what I'm saying? Because they entertaining themselves with making me look like a fucking stupido. And it's not funny. That's my personal business for my personal satisfaction. And they fucking with that. That's fucking with my quality of life. You know what I'm saying? And it's not funny. People are doing it and thinking it's funny. I'm trying to satisfy myself, etc. I'm already paranoid people might be watching me, and they were. It's fucking bullshit, man. You can't just mess with my personal business for my personal satisfaction. It's not your business. You know what I'm saying? That cocaine cost me $50 fucking dollars. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to fucking enhance my experiences, and people are just fucking with it. Because they think it's funny. It's not funny. That's my personal stuff. Fucking hell. And with the rats I was telling you about there at BHP, up in Port Hedland, that rat that was put there for me because they say I'm a rat in society and they treating me like a rat and running me all over the city. There was another rat, down at the shop up the road, yeah. And this guy at the shop, he just smiles like this. And he looks like he's been smoking shit, and he's very slow with what he does and everything. And this guy, I realized, he was orchestrated to act like a dickhead for me. I went to his shop one time and there was a big fucking rat on the floor, and I said to him, there's a big fucking rat there, man. And this guy just looked at me like this. Yeah. And said nothing. That rat was there for me, They can make them come with technology. They set it all up for me. That's calling me a rat again. So that's the second time there was a rat in my life that the system put there for me. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's true, bro. Because they made me a rat in society, you see. I'm a rat. I'm a piece of shit. I'm not a rat like a police rat that's dobbing friends in. I'm a rat, meaning I'm a slave to the system. They're running me around the fucking city wherever I go with technology. They make me anxious and hyped up. I've got to always do something. And they had drugs as an excuse. It's a drug, it's mimicked drug behavior. So they had drugs as an excuse, but they're actually using technology to make me feel anxious and hyped up and run around everywhere. Everywhere I go, there's people waiting for me. Annoying me, bro, stepping in my way. So I'm constantly trying to avoid them. And this is what I realized. By me constantly trying to avoid people that are annoying me, those people were put there on purpose to annoy me. So they're running me around like a rat in a maze. This is no bullshit. It's a psychological fucking mind game. It's enslavement by the system, bro. Entrapment. It's got nothing to do with dobbing in people like a rat, a narc. No, it's that other kind of rat, running you around like a little rat in society. There was another time I went to my dad's house. Now, I went there to borrow money off him because I was out of work. Obviously, you know now, the reason I was out of work was because the system was fucking orchestrating my jobs, and they kept me out of work because of Hailey and Lorenzo. And saying I'm a rapist for Charlene and my ex-wife. So all the women in the system have kept me out of my work and my construction jobs. My houses, my cars, my investments. Yeah, bro. So that's why I was broke and that's why I was broke. And I'm feeling bad because I wanted to borrow money from people, but everybody knew that the systems denied my progression. Ask Rob Baumgarten. He gave me an album which denies progression in 2013. He knew the whole time, but he's selling me fucking crack. How the fuck does that happen? There's still a lot of answers you got for me, mate. I'm waiting. Now, I went to my dad's house in Gosnells to borrow money. And the way my dad looked at me, I knew there was something up there, something he knows about me that I don't know. It's just by the way he was looking at me. I know my dad very well. We don't see each other that much, and usually our interactions with each other are good, but he was looking at me really strange this time, like he was mad about something. It could have been Hailey, it could have been the armed robbery thing, it could have been, it could have been Bronwyn. It could have been the armed robbery thing, or it could have been something to do with the road accident I had one time. Any one of those. It's just the way he looked at me, and he was talking about some guy. I think I related to an accident I had one time because he was talking about some guy that had his car parked at the shop. I think it was a 300 Hemi, some big guy. And someone reversed into his car and dented it, you know. So that story might have related to me having a prank with somebody. But anyway, I'll come to that story later. But my dad knew something was up. Because of the way he looked at me, I could tell. Neil Amian. I didn't want to talk about Neil Amian, but I've lost everything in my life. And I've never spoken about these stories to anyone. The system's got these stories out of me through technology. See, Neil Amian. Everybody I like or whatever that I have something to do with, they've taken out of my life. I haven't seen Neil Amian on Facebook, fucking from work. I haven't heard of him for years. I'll tell you why. Because I can talk to Neil Amian and contact him. See, people don't want me to contact the people now that I'm talking about. Because then I can corroborate these stories with them before the system gets to them and corrupts them. So, but I'll talk about Neil Amian. Now, Neil Amian relates to me in a sense, because Neil Amian, 20 fucking years ago or something, when he was staying there in fucking Huntingdale, he was talking about having a video camera on his dressing table and video camera in some cherry in his room, right? This was fucking when we were young that I was doing that shit. As fun, right? Video camera in some cherry in the room. I remember him telling me and tuning us. And now Neil Amian, excuse me, Neil Amian, he also, I was working with him at FMG. We all used to work at FMG, me, my brother, him and me. And he showed me a photo of some cherry that was sending him a photo of his pussy, of her pussy, right? It's fuck all. You can do whatever you want, you know. It's not illegal to send a pussy shot or a dick shot to anybody. You know what I mean? So he had a photo. He was telling me about this cherry that sent him a photo of her pussy. Now this relates to me because I had a photo of Hailey and I had upskirt shots of girls from the internet and all that kind of shit. So people are relating this to my kind of behavior. It's got nothing to do with my behavior. I don't have any of that kind of behavior. There's just got drunk with my cousin and I had dirty pictures on my phone. See, people have related all these things in my life about the past 10, 20 fucking years ago. And at school. And they've made up they've assassinated my character. They say this is the kind of person I am. It's bullshit. So that's how Neil relates to me with these stories. See, I've never spoken about Neil and these stories to anyone. Most of these stories I tell you about, I've never spoken to anybody, bro. The system's got technology that can hear what I'm thinking if I talk to myself. When I see a picture of Neil or Rachel or Nina, and I look at that picture and I assess it myself and I think of our past or whatever, the system knows what I'm thinking. You see, they use this technology on me because they think I'm a pedophile and a rapist. So that's why they do it to me. It's something to do with the mental health system. But like I said, it's an invasion of privacy. So no one wants to admit or own up that they're actually doing it. But we're getting there. Like I said, they try to label me a pedophile and a pervert and all that stuff. That's why they got me wired with this technology. So everyone I look at or everywhere I go, they try to make me think. They evoke thoughts, carnal thoughts and all that shit. They try to do that. Because they try to stigmatize me as a pedophile and a pervert. So anyway, those are a couple of stories I wanted to get out. Corgi, the drug dealer from up the road, she used to say to me, you want to come over, you want to taste? Talking about drugs, you know. Little did I know that they were all taking the piss out of me. She was being sexually connotational. She was talking about having a taste, like pussy. This is what people were doing to me. I didn't know that. I was innocently going, nah, I'm alright, man. I don't feel like having any and stuff. They were actually fucking sexually, connotationally fucking provoking me. She had kittens there and she used to say, oh, you like my pussies? You like my pussies? And the way she said it used to make me feel a little strange. But they were doing it on purpose to make me feel like that. They were actually talking sexually related. That's what happens in my life now. Everybody talks in a sexually connotational way. And it's bloody annoying. It's a very psychological thing that's going on. these email addresses I got now. These email addresses, I was ordering steroids, Viagra, Converter, a lot of steroids for muscle building. I got this one address of Byron, House of Freak, right? And then House of Freak gave me these other addresses. Now I spent about fucking $1,000 easy trying to get some steroids and all that shit. And my packages never came. Only one came, the Danabol. My other fucking Clenbuterol was to lose weight. And my testosterone, that it got caught by fucking, it got intercepted by the federal police. And they sent me a letter and saying, nah, don't do it again, blah, 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 you know. But all my other fucking things, they didn't come. So these guys that I got crack off, right? The whole system knows what I'm doing and what I'm getting up to. So these packages of steroids and tablets that I had ordered that never came, these people got them. Whether it be the Salvation Army or these drug dealers. They all got them. You know why? They took my fucking packages, probably because they said I owe them money. But I didn't owe them money. The system was taking my jobs from me. They all in it together. How can the system, the police, Salvation Army, drug dealers and everybody be in this game together against me? That's exploiting me and I don't know. How come I don't know? But anyway, I'll tell you why I know these people got all my steroids and all